well, we started talking about DCA. Is DCA a good way to basically plan for this future portfolio, this future, wealth transfer, and or do you have other ways, like Billy was mentioning, a bunch of different things that you see as a way to do that?
Yeah, I think that one thing is interesting is there's a giant gulf, I would say, between in crypto knowledge between people who use it and who just buy tokens on a centralized exchange. And there are a lot of situations where, like, for example, I know like the FTX collapse wiped a lot of people out. A lot of them because they did not have like the technical knowledge to understand how to self custody or how to stake in actual protocols and things like that. So they just said, "Oh, I'm going to go like give my money at this bank like institution that's telling me they're going to give me all this money," not understanding that they're not FDIC insured, they're not, anything, not understanding the house of cards that they're on, and they just get wiped out. And so there's so many people that could be and have been DCAing like very like faithfully and consistently over time and just got wrecked because they didn't have that kind of knowledge. So I definitely think that um, teaching people to actually use crypto as it is and understand it is a great way of kind of insulating yourself from that. There's also a big thing of uncertain times make things change, and some things, like there's a reason why each of the Winklevoss twins and Jesse Powell alone, each of them gave $1 million each to the Trump campaign moving up this, because it was kind of like, we're going to try a last thing before we need to just exit the US. If this doesn't work, we're going to need to go. And if things had gone differently, who still knows what's going to happen now? But if things had gone differently, our access to these crypto platforms could be very different. And so you could all of a sudden have to say, well, what are you answer a bunch of different questions to just access your Coinbase account, which is already happening, by the way, from what people tell me. And, well, you have withdrawal limits for this much unless you can prove that you're, and a friend of mine who lives on crypto got paid in crypto, and he was blocked from swapping it on Shapeshift because it was allegedly some like tainted coins or whatever, and the person who paid him had been basically mining Bitcoin and buying off exchanges in like the 2010 days, like really back then. And all of a sudden, like those gates start getting closed off because things changed in like the regulatory space. And so if you actually own your crypto and know how to use your crypto, that's a big kind of safety thing that people could really be saved from having these kinds of things, because you don't want to have to deal with all the extra risk that is, oh, I'm going to invest in these risky, unproven by the market, I guess, assets. I'm not going to, and then I'm going to take on the risk of the companies holding them are going to have different regulatory issues that hit them. They're going to get sued. They're going to become insolvent, whatever else is going to happen. You should not have to take on that risk too. You should take the hard lessons of, oh, I have to learn how to self-custody, write down the seed phrase. Oh, wait, I lost that one wallet because I was an idiot. I didn't back it up in time. And just like those annoying things, and having to become a little technical before the space catches up and makes this stuff easy as using a centralized exchange to use everything completely decentralized. Figure it out now so you're ahead of the curve. I would encourage people to do that and just know how are you going to buy and spend / sell your crypto if you can't use these Coinbases out there, or at least like, do you know there's a few others? Do you know, is there an ATM you can go to, a crypto ATM that will buy, not only let you buy crypto but also sell crypto?